he takes us to a different kind of court, you could say, in his first basketball novel. He is clearly at the top of his game. Joining us this morning is best-selling author John Grisham. John, good morning to you.
Good morning, Amber. How you doing?
I am doing so well. It is such a pleasure to speak to you. Okay, let's dive right into this because this is something a little different, perhaps, than what you're used to. So what made you sort of go this way in terms of your next novel?
Occasionally, I do get tired of writing about lawyers. I still enjoy the legal thrillers, but I need a break occasionally. And this was a nice diversion. This is my fourth sports book, two for football, one for baseball. And I really enjoy college basketball as a fan, all college sports, really. And I always wanted to write a book about college basketball, a novel. And kind of had to wait for the inspiration to come together. And a year ago, when they suddenly canceled March Madness, which seemed like it should be illegal, to cancel March Madness. How can you do that? We were all stunned. We were all disappointed because we were gearing up for the tournament. And all of a sudden it was gone. And, like most fans, I couldn't believe it. And it was sort of the motivation to write the basketball novel because I needed a basketball fix. And so I started writing.
That's fantastic. If people are thinking, okay, take me into it, John, paint me a visual picture. What is this book about? What can I expect to immerse myself in? What storyline?
Well, Sooley, the title is Sooley. Sooley's a character. First time I've named a novel after the character. His name is Samuel Suleiman. Suleiman is a fairly common name in East Africa. He comes from South Sudan. We meet him. He is in the U.S. as a 17-year-old all-star playing for South Sudan in a showcase tournament, playing teams from around the world. And these kids come in with the dream of being scouted by American coaches and hopefully impress somebody enough to get a scholarship to play here collegiately. And then the big dream, playing professionally. And there've been a lot of great players from Africa. And it's a real dream for these kids because they most of them are very poor, come from poor countries. But the idea of, playing in the NBA is a tremendous part of their lives. And so while Sooley's here with his team in the summertime, some terrible things happen to his village back in South Sudan, and his family gets scattered. He's not even sure if they're alive or where they are for several months. And he can't go home. There's no home. His house is burned and his village is razed. And it's a very, as you can imagine, disconcerting for him. A friend of a friend, a coach friend, twists an arm, and Sooley gets a scholarship to a small school in North Carolina. He shows up on campus as a redshirt freshman, worried about his family, not really, thinking too much about academic pursuits. And but his body is changing dramatically. He's growing at an alarming rate. And as therapy, he just stays in the gym. He goes to the gym every morning before class. He shoots buckets for hours. He works out. He's pumping iron. And he becomes quite the specimen. The season starts. He's on the bench as a redshirt freshman, and expectations are pretty low. But the team has some injuries. They get off to a terrible start. And the coach finally says, this guy, we can't stop this guy in practice. Let's put him in a game. And that's when the magic starts. He becomes a phenom, a college basketball phenom that takes over the tournament, takes over the NCAA March Madness. And that's the book.
Have you always wanted to write a basketball themed novel? It was just a matter of time.
Yeah, I wanted to. I wasn't sure it was ever going to happen. I can't just, force the creative process sometimes. I have to wait until I'm inspired by a real story or a character or something I hear or read. There's got to be an inspiration.
What about you? Were you a basketball hotshot yourself back in the day?
Hotshot would be a gross
maybe not the right word.
Embellishment of my basketball career. I played high school basketball for a couple of years and was not any good and had big dreams, but no talent. Same in football and baseball. I really wanted to play collegiately and never got close. And once I realized that, it was not going to happen, I did not have the talent. That was fine. It happens to everybody. And I hung up my basketball shoes and went to law school, but it still remained a very serious, fun fan.
All right, John, man, I hate that we have to let you go, but anything else that you would like our viewers to know about Sooley? Of course, I'm sure they can pick it up pretty much anywhere these days.
Well, I hope so. It's out there. It's off to a good start. And, so far the people seem to be enjoying the book. So give it a read.
Yeah, there you go. All right, John Grisham, again, a pleasure. Thanks so much for talking to us. We wish you all the best. Not that you need it, but we're going to take a look at this one for sure. Thanks, John.
Thanks, Amber. See you. Take care.
Ooh, I have to
just
say he was
loved-
charming.
He was, wasn't he? I didn't realize how handsome he was.
I know. When it first came out, I was like, Amber, he's good looking.
I'm like, okay, I'll talk to you. That's
Oh, you
really
guys,
fun.
well, we have good news. You still have time to enter our latest contest giveaway.
Yeah, one person is going to win, you guys, a library of John Grisham sports titles, including, this new one, Sooley, that you just heard about. And Inessa, quick little tidbit.
Yeah.
Did you know he's also written children's books as well?
Oh,
I didn't know this.
Yeah, and you probably didn't get a chance to talk to him about, or did you?
I did.
You did.
I snuck it in a little bit.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll have to get that soundbite a little later. Maybe feature it, right? Okay, well, for this contest, all you have to do is go to our website, indiestyle.tv, click on contest. It's really easy, just one click for a chance to register for the John Grisham Sports Collection.
Oh, I just love that. So many
I do too.
fans
You can have the
of
whole
him.
thing right in your hand.